Hello everybody, I'm Deb for the Program Essential, and this is Beginner's Guide to PlanetSide 2. I'm thinking of starting a new series of, like, Beginner's Guide or something like that. Or I might just add it to, like, a how-to or breakdown. I don't know. Or no plans at all, but yeah. So this is basically describing everything in PlanetSide 2, from the most basic to the most complicated things, how to do stuff, and for those of you who are new to PlanetSide 2 that need tips and tricks. So most likely you will spawn in your home base, which is basically where you spawn in first, because the enemies cannot kill you here because of the protective shield round. And normally when you hit escape, it shows you like a map of the area, but since you're in your home base, I guess it doesn't. And yeah, so this right here is a terminal that you can access the warp gate map. Now, this is where you will warp to different continents. Now, there are 3 continents in total, each of about, I'm guessing, 6,000, no, 2,000 players per server, 6,000 in total, and there are plenty more than that because there's more than one server. 6,000 per server and 2,000 per continent. And so you use this terminal with the little globe, and you hold E because E is your action button. So for those of you used to Call of Duty, whatever your action button is, whether it's F or whether it's H, you're going to want to remember E because it's a default, and I actually think it's pretty good. Now, Esamir is currently controlled by New Conglomerate, and I will get into the teams or the clans in a few minutes. So the continents, it shows a picture of the clan. Here it doesn't because, as you can see, these are conquered already. That means that most of it is conquered. That doesn't mean the entire place, but most of that continent area is conquered. Now, Indar is not conquered because it's constantly fighting. Same with these two continents. They're constantly fighting, but as of right now, as of today, right now, I don't know what, 3 o'clock, something like that, they are conquered by the Vanu Sovereignty and New Conglomerate, because this game uses a real-time scale. That's a reason why the wars can go on for weeks. For example, if you've been playing for a few hours and then you take a maybe a 2-hour break, you get on, some of the areas that your team conquered may not have been there anymore and have conquered by the enemy. That means it's using real time to tell that the enemy has conquered them. Now, when you see these terminals, that means it's an equipment terminal with a little pistol showing it, and you can also put your cursor over it and it'll show it no matter how far it is away. For example, ground vehicle terminal, aircraft terminal, another one, equipment terminal. This is where you can access your equipment. Now, you can be of many classes. The infiltrator has a sniper and a pistol. Every class has a primary weapon and a secondary weapon. And some classes even have a tool. Like, for example, the infiltrator has a recon detect device that allows it to detect movement of enemies in a 25-meter radius by shooting a sensor dart. Now, the infiltrator also has a special ability. Now, they can consume the light to bend the light to their advantage, and they can turn invisible. The light assault has a primary and secondary. Usually the assault rifle track 5 because you need to buy other assault rifles, which costs a lot of cert points, which I will get to in a few minutes. And then the TX repeater is also another default, and their ability is that they have a jetpack, which if you hold space, and space is to jump, but if you hold it down while wielding the light assault class, you are able to fly for a short amount of time. The combat medic has a tool that allows him/her to revive players that are dead. And the combat medic also has a primary weapon and a secondary weapon, the T1 Cycler and the TX1 Repeater. Now, the medic has an ability where if you hold F, that ability will usually take place if you hold F, like, unless you're the light assault, because the light assault, you have to hold space because it's a jetpack. Now, the combat medic, its ability, when you hold F, it creates an entire field around him that it's basically like a group heal type spell thing, and it heals the group around him. Now, the engineer has the regular track 4.5 and the repeater, and they also have the Nano Armor Kit 1. It quickly repairs friendly vehicles, maxes, and equipment. Now, the engineer has an ability that an anti-infantry mana turret. Now, this is basically, just think of a sentry turret and put like a big shield around it. That you basically have what the engineer can do. It also has a utility, a deployable ammunition pack. The heavy assault is good for taking out big things because it has the big rate of fire gun, because it has a big LMG, TX1 repeater, but he also has the ML7, which is a rocket launcher that has quite a lot of ammo. His ability is that he can, when you hold down F, he can basically create a shield that absorbs a lot of damage. Now, the max, this guy, this guy, you cannot equip him, like, as you can see, like regular classes. Equip now, equip now, equip now, or resupply if you're that class, but the max, you have to use these things called infantry points. They're used to obtain infantry items and consumables. These 3 points, aerospace points, mechanized points, and infantry points, you can basically gain them just by playing the game, killing enemies, completing objectives. And for the max, as you can see, the max is very, very tough. He takes a lot of damage before we go like going down, and he has the Pounder Heg, which is explosive grenade launcher, and then the Cycler, which is a barrel gun, no, chain gun, I believe. Now I'm going to equip him. Now, as you can see, he moves pretty slow, but he's pretty much worth it because you get all this. There's a grenade launcher, and then there's the chain gun. Now, this equipment terminal, also you have cert points, certification points, which you can say if you wanted to unlock a new gun, it would cost 250 certification points. Now, certification points for a free-to-play player, they gain them pretty slow, but for a premium member, you gain them 50% faster, which is pretty good. Now, these things are ground vehicle terminals. As you can see, there's a picture of a little tank. Now, these are used... Let me just not be retarded for a second. Okay. These ground terminals are used to spawn in tanks, but I guess I can't because I'm a max. But you can also do aircraft terminals and then galaxy terminal, because a galaxy is a big ship. Now, as you can see, when you spawn in, you don't know where to go because, as you can see, the map shows in the bottom left, because the maps are basically entire continents. So what you want to do, if you want to go somewhere, you want to hit the home key on your keyboard if you have that. But apparently I cannot instant action while I'm a max, so I'm just going to change classes very quickly. Okay, we're back, and I am the light assault because this is basically the first class that you are shown to. This is probably the most basic class for beginners, and as you can see, he has, you know, the regular T rack gun. Now, this equipment terminal still won't let me use it. There we go. These equipment terminals, you can spawn a Flash, which is basically an all-terrain mini Jeep, the Harasser, which is a bigger truck, which is basically a truck that you can it can hold up to 3 people, because one can sit in the back and one can be the gunner atop, as you can see. And the Sunderer. The Sunderer, well, people choose this because it is very, very useful. Now, when somebody drives a Sunderer and they park it, and it becomes a deployable position. The Lightning, and it's basically a spawn for friendly players that you can move around. The Lightning is a very fast tank, and it shoots rockets out of the top barrel. The Prowler is a more tougher tank. It has more weaponry. It can shoot rapid fire, and it also has that little minigun at the top. Now, it says need resources because I don't have enough mechanized points. This is a mechanized point. I only have 414 out of 450. I need 450 to equip this. And now, so this right over here is the aircraft terminal. These are used to spawn a Mosquito and a Liberator. Now, a Mosquito is basically like a scout recon. It's very fast, and you can shoot down maybe minor inconveniences, such as enemies on the ground or maybe other mosquitoes in the air. The Liberator, this basically, it can carry a large amount of people, and if, say, you need to get somewhere fast, or say if you're in heavy fire and you want to get out of there, the Liberator is amazing for that. And as you can see, you need say the Mosquito, you need 250 aerospace points. Now for the Liberator, you need 350. I have 750, which is my max because I have not used a airspace. And now the alert ended. Now, as you can see, New Conglomerate is victorious because our mission was partly successful. No matter what, even if you lose, you still get experience for participating. And as you can see, I ranked up there. And now this here is a Galaxy terminal. This is where you spawn a Galaxy. Now, a Galaxy is a big, massive, basically a tank that flies in the air. And it has many, many weaponries to choose from that players can also choose. And now, say if you're stuck here and you don't want to run all the way over there, you can just hit the home key on your keyboard, and it will put you in instant action because it will put you right in the action. You can also press home to cancel that. And now we have to load the map. And now, as you can see, we are put into the air in a escape pod, because you are launched into an escape pod from a ship, and this puts you right in the action. Sometimes, if you're good with controls, you can even get behind enemy lines. Now, this is the instant action process. Now, it basically puts you right on the battlefield. Sometimes it puts you behind enemy lines, which can be a good thing, but as you can see, this area, actually, I remember a few days ago, this area, my team, the Terran Republic, captured it, while now the New Conglomerate has it. Now, say if you don't want to be here, you can always hit the home button.
Shield generator critical.
1 second, everybody. Now, say if you want to be here. If you don't want to be here, my mistake. You can always just use the home. You can always just use the delete button to redeploy somewhere. The delete button is great for if you don't know where you are and you want to redeploy. Now this is the map of Amerish. The continent of Amerish, I mean. So these are the continents of Esamir, Indar. Now every team has its own different types of continents. So Amerish, currently the Vanu sovereignty is capturing most of it. Esamir, currently the Vanu sovereignty is captured the majority of it again. Now in Indar, this is probably where the most popular server, I won't say, but Amerish is now where we are. So every single continent has these warp gates where you can, where it's basically like I showed you earlier. Now, the delete button selects a redeploy. Now it puts you to this map. Now, say if you want to redeploy right here, and you would just click the deploy button, and then it would deploy you there in the action. Now I will redeploy in the Corruption Binding operation because of the Amerish Arcs Reserve we're currently attacking it, and I just want to help out because every soldier is needed basically. Now as you can see, you will spawn in a little spawn room where it has an equipment terminal always, and sometimes if you're lucky a vehicle terminal, and as well as a airspace terminal. Now these little things, they push you up, as you can see here. It's basically like a moving elevator. This is for, I believe, aerospace. So I'm going to spawn one of them. I'm going to spawn, so let's say I want to spawn a mosquito. Now I can spawn one, and as you can see, it landed, or it spawned, on one of those things. Now you use the WASD keys to, the W key accelerates, the A and D keys turn left, the S key is basically a brake, and you use this to use the mouse wheel to basically rotate left and right, and then you can also go up and down.
You are in a restricted area.
Now, as you can see, I am out of bounds because I've been, describing and trying to, describe the controls, because it is quite difficult. So now I am going to head here, and if you don't like this area of control, or if you don't like this view, you can always hit the T button, and it will show you basically a outside view of it. Now you can always press T to go back to this view. Now if you don't know where you are, so say you don't know where you are, let's park. Let's see if we can park the mosquito. There we go. As you can see, we parked it very good. Now you're going to want to hit the escape key, which will show you a map and what direction you are facing. Now we want to go behind, because that's where all of our friends are fighting. So now we would just go behind and turn around. And trust me, the controls are very hard to use, even for me. Let's try not to slam into this rock mountain. There we go. And now you can always check, even in mid-flight, where you are and where you want to be, but you have to be quick about it, because you don't want to basically kill yourself. Now we need to go this way. And now, as you can see, this is where the fighting is. Even though it shows it on the map, it is most likely not, because, you know, there's no gunshots. So this has been PlanetSide 2 tips and tricks for beginners. Hopefully I helped you out in PlanetSide 2. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, make sure to subscribe for more tips and tricks. I'm Dan for the Program Essential, and I'll see you guys later.